would you like a behind-the-scenes look at the Centennial Classic? I was at both days and both games, and I even did a few interviews. Want to see it from my perspective? Join me. Right away, I could tell it was going to be cold. BMO Field, Exhibition Stadium, whatever you want to call it, it's right on the water, so whatever the forecast says, you got to take off like 5 degrees. So many Leafs greats, so many Red Wings greats, and it's always fun to see who cheers for who. The same people who cheer for Sittler might not be the same people who cheer for Doug Gilmour, and the same people that cheer for Palmateer might not be the same people who cheer for Potvin or Cujo. And while we're celebrating 100 years of hockey's past, I love that the Leafs have chosen Martine Ortiz-Louise as their anthem singer this season. She's exactly the kind of fan that Leafs fans need to appeal to. She doesn't remember the glory days. She doesn't even remember the 2002 playoff run. The Leafs are looking forward. Oh yeah, and it helps that she's an amazing singer. Throughout the game, I met some incredible fans too.
Why are you wearing shorts to an outdoor game?
Canadian.
No, I didn't expect to see this jersey here. Well, what are you doing here?
I'm here from Boston.
You're from Boston?
Yep, I'm seeing the US-Canada game and I'm here in the alumni game.
What has it been like having a good team your entire life?
It's been great. Dad brought home a Hockey Town video when I was a kid and just hopped right on the bandwagon from the beginning, so I guess I can do that, right?
And of course, my personal biggest fan of all.
Why aren't you out there? You couldn't get the day off?
No. I'm nice and warm here. I'm working, I got bills to pay. I'm good where I am.
My favorite Leaf growing up, my childhood idol was Felix Potvin, and I wanted to see him so bad. And I got to see Potvin early because...
Oh, what a save! There's some all-time goals.
Wow. Everybody lost it when Palmateer made the save, and when the refs tried to help him up, I thought they were kidding, and then you realize, oh no, he's not coming back in this one. After the game, Palmateer was in good spirits.
I went out with a penalty, stopped the penalty shot, and got a shutout. So,
save percentage.
Save percentage is pretty good. Still haven't let it go in 35 years now.
That save was one of 2 moments from this game that got a lot of attention. The other was this. When the Roberts-Draper tussle broke out, I had already headed down to the locker room, so I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was just a playful fight. No, it looked like they meant it. And of course, look who ends up getting the game winner. This was perfect for me because I really wanted to talk to Chris Draper. We went to the same elementary school after all. Before I could enter the Leafs locker room, the Leafs had to get there first. So I waited with the fans as they came down the tunnel. So many fans wanted autographs, and it was great to see so many Leafs legends stop to give them autographs. It was also fun to see all the different reactions fans had to certain players, and I think Ty Domi got the best one. Now I'm in the Leafs locker room. Showtime. Let's see who we can get.
Have you been paying attention to the current Leafs at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, you know, they're a tough team to play against. You know, I think they're getting coached the right way where they're going to make some mistakes because they're young and there's no penalty for it. So just go out and play hockey, and you know, things are looking up for sure.
You know, modern interview.
Okay,
I guess.
perfect.
One thing I still hear a lot of people say though is, oh, they got to get that defense in check. And you played defense here for a long time, faced a lot of criticism. What's so hard about playing defense in Toronto?
Oh, I think just playing defense in the NHL is no easy task. They got some young studs, man. Morgan Riley can fly, and Gardner's a good player, so they got some up-and-coming players. They're going to be fine. They're the backbone of this team moving forward on the defensive core, and they're going to be absolutely fine.
Okay, but the Panthers can't have them.
That's all right. We got we got Aaron Ekblad, so we're doing all right for ourselves too.
That was great. Lots of fans, and I was very cool on outside. So playing with old teammates against the old rivalry team was fun.
What'd you think of the defense?
Defense was great today.
Yeah.
So that was really trippy for me. I grew up watching Dave ANDREYCHUK, Dmitry Yushkevich, and Brian McCabe has played recently enough that I've actually talked about him in post-game videos on YouTube before. But you know, there was one player in particular I still wanted to speak to.
What'd you think of Palmateer's save?
Yeah, he always put on the show when he plays. I mean, it was a great save, and it's good to him.
And I noticed your locker's right next to Antoine Bibeau's. What do you think of his mask?
That's pretty neat. He had a big buzz back home when he came out, so it's pretty cool that he had that ID.
So, pretty good haul for the alumni game. Got to talk to Felix Potvin. That was a huge goal for me, obviously. A little bummed that I didn't get to go into the Wings dressing room, but I mean, it's a zoo. Like I said in the blog leading up to it, it's an absolute zoo, these events. Would have been really nice to get Chris Draper. Just completely figures that he gets the game winner too, but one day.
So it's the next day, the Centennial Classic, and my seats, You could say they were decent. Sitting so close to Ron MacLean, I could practically smell him. You want to talk about cool as a cucumber. This dude is doing a little dance while he prepares to talk to 40,000 people who are there in front of him and a massive TV audience. The great one, number 99, Getting a shot of Wayne Gretzky is always going to be a challenge if you're sitting down. Rookie mistake. And it was great that they could introduce other legends. Johnny Bower is always a fan favorite in Toronto. Dave Keon is kind of a new treat here. And a firework-laden national anthem with a fighter jet flying over top is always going to get the crowd jacked up. And then obviously no goals got scored in the first. But at first intermission, I had amazing seats for Bryan Adams. The summer of '69, everyone was going nuts for that. It was amazing to see how many people stayed in their seats at first intermission. Must have been a good performance. Then of course we know the game. The Red Wings get on the board first and things look bad for the Leafs.
Takes, scores!
Then things look good for the Leafs.
Mitch Marner out front, he shoots, he scores!
Then things look really good for the Leafs.
Connor Brown. Austin Matthews shoots, he scores!
Before things look really bad for the Leafs.
Tatar fires the puck in front, Memphis scores!
And of course, the most perfect finish any Leaf fan could ask for.
Gardner comes up late, his pass side of the net, Matthews backhander, scores!
And it was funny, I was watching the end of the third from the top of the section because I wanted to be near where the Leafs locker room was. And there were all these fans that had left the game early that had come back in and were returning to their seats for overtime. And then it was time for all of the post-game madness.
So, was that third period in overtime about right?
Oh my god. Wasn't what we planned. We went up 4-1 and then it just became crazy and ended well for us. So
a lot of guys stepped up tonight. Obviously, Austin scored a couple big goals.
We got a lot of young guys on our team that are all experiencing this together, and you know, there's still a lot of guys from that team that made the playoffs and had that heartbreak against Boston. So you know, we all want to make the playoffs and obviously go far in them, and we just got to take it game by game so far. And
part of it's because they're all such little kids. Like, I mean, on the way out to the ice tonight, I don't know if you saw those little guys playing in the Tim Horton game. Some of them thought they were supposed to be in that. Like, you know, I mean, they're going to grow up here together. I think the other thing you'd say, if you're a guy like Rise, you arrive here and everybody's leaving all the time. These guys aren't leaving, they're staying.
And that's it. Even though it was 2 days worth of games, it felt like the Centennial Classic was over in a flash. It was a fun, nostalgic celebration of an older era, mixed together with the excitement of a new one. Memories and dreams. The names of yesterday and today. An Original Six rivalry renewed. I hope you enjoyed the Centennial Classic as much as I did, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Now let's enter the next 100 years of hockey.